Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're gonna be exploring an ancient mystery that even archaeologists cannot explain. So get ready to travel 3,000 years with me. I took a high-speed rail from Xi'an to Chengdu, and in less than 3 hours, I arrived, and right away, I went to the IFS Chunxi Road because right next to it, there is a bus that would take me directly to Sanxingdui, but make sure you book ahead of time.
Moments later.
I am standing right now at China's most mysterious archaeology site, Sanxingdui in Sichuan. Well, what I'm going to show you is absolutely mind-blowing because it is from a 3,000-year-old civilization that vanished without a trace. I have been wanting to come for about 4 years now. As soon as I heard about it, I've been wanting to come. So even when I was back in Chengdu last year and the year before, I still couldn't come because I couldn't get a ticket. But this time I'm finally able to get a ticket. They only sell it like 5 days before you want to come. Walking into this brand new museum feels like landing on another planet. A 3,000-year-old civilization completely forgotten, and then boom. A farmer hits it with a shovel in 1929. Nothing you're about to see should exist in ancient China, but here we are. As soon as I walked in, I saw this bronze box shaped like a turtle shell. Grid pattern on top, 4 little dragon heads as handle, and inside a piece of green jade. The whole thing was wrapped in silk before they bury it. Wow, that's crazy. They still have no idea what it's for though. A gold scepter, nearly 1.5 meters long, totally unexpected in ancient China. Look close, this is more Egypt than anything local. Crowned head, fish, bird, arrow, royal power transfer carved into gold. As I walk along, I just kept seeing all these artifacts that really amazed me on every single level. I just kept saying, oh my god, like for the whole time that I was there. That's why it is a must that you hire a guide there. Otherwise, you would just be looking at artifacts without knowing the stories or how they find it. Like how this guy is basically standing on a whole stack of mythical creatures. They will explain to you why and what these shoe figures mean and why they have braided hair, and some of them how they don't have it and what they're trying to hold. And then here comes the pig-nosed dragon. It is a bronze tooth over 1 meter long with this incredible face, mouth full of teeth. They think it sat on a roof, was staring down at you, strange, beautiful, and very, very playful to say the least. As I walk along, I started noticing this pattern. Ribbed figures kneeling, holding up vessels or platform. It's not just decoration, it shows hierarchy. Now let's get to how I first heard about Sanxingdui. The bronze mask with protruding eyes. The one everyone says looks like Navi, eyes stick out 16 centimeters, ears like satellite dishes, internet calls it an alien, but really it's a god or an ancient king with bulging eyes. They exaggerate it to show how he saw and heard everything. Still, you have to admit, for something made 3,000 years ago, it is pretty Hollywood vibed. So as we walk along, you can more figures, so make sure you do have a guide so they can explain to you, so you can kind of relate yourself to all these figures, maybe in some way. And then as we walk along, we saw more stories on how they were finding all these ruins and how they discovered. There were pictures, there were some videos, so make sure you go take a look at it because it is pretty mind-blowing. Just look at these pictures, guys. This museum actually opened 2023. It is a new museum. The old one was across the street, which opened in 1997. But everything is moved here now since a couple years ago, and there are much more artifacts to see. And I mean, I'm sure everyone who come to visit is going to love it because it's going to give you 1 million questions after the visit. Every single artifact, you're going to look at it and be like, wow, wow, wow. The sacred tree. 4 meters tall, 9 branches, 9 birds, a cosmic tree connecting Earth, sky, and underworld. They built the universe in bronze. I'll be honest with you, I had like a million questions that day. There were just so much artifacts. It was just a lot to take in for one day. More muscle man, more shoe people, just more questions in my mind. But I was still waiting to see one of the main reasons why I went, and this is the Angry Bird pottery pig. That is the reason why. This little guy went viral for a reason. I mean, it looks just like it. So aside from Angry Bird, you have to agree, the movie Avatar probably got these idea from Sanxingdui because they look so much alike. He looks just like the characters in a movie. You have to agree, right? I mean, what are the odds that they look so similar, even like the colors, they're also like blue, like turquoise looking. And now, the tallest standing figures in the ancient world, over 2.5 meters, 180 kilos. Do you see his hand? That holy grip? We still don't know what he was holding. Maybe an elephant tusk, a scepter, we just don't know. And look at the rope, 3 layers, dragon woven in. This guy was the real deal. And now let's talk about the mask and how real this mask and these artifacts looks. It was so alien looking that I really, at one point I was like, wow, how did they make all this? I was so amazed and so blown away. Now let's talk about the gold mask. Now look at this thing. Gold hammer so thin you could almost see through it. Shoe people were so obsessed with gold while everyone else was doing bronze. I'm so impressed. Guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. Hopefully, it will give you enough reason to visit this magnificent museum here near Chengdu. So don't forget that right now my website is already live, travelwithjanelle.com. It's listed here. If you have any questions or need some itinerary help, definitely email me or just DM me on my work IG, Go with Janelle, and I should be able to help you and help you plan your trip here to China. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week.